we had trouble finding disruption tonight. They really, in this stretch of 6-2 and the second best record in the league in the month of August, they took care of the ball and valued the ball. We were able to turn them over in game one and find some disruption. They did not turn the ball over tonight. We couldn't find disruption. So then there's so much pressure to get stops, and if you're not, therefore we're not getting out transition off the turnovers, and then you rely so much on your defense then to complete possessions to get them to miss, and it didn't happen. So, again, credit, they really did a nice job taking care of the ball, and while we figured some things out, it's hard in the flow of the game to accomplish everything you want to accomplish.
And Teair McCowan coming off the bench, is that something at all you were expecting, and how did that kind of change things in the game with them going smaller?
No, the adjustment, obviously, Bree Jones didn't play 1 minute without Teair McCowan on the floor. So every time that we put Bree Jones in, McCowan was going to be on the floor. That was the matchup, that was the decision they made. Now Bree Jones still goes and scores 20 points. That when we had JJ, AT, they were going to play a certain post lineup. When we had JJ and Breezy, they were going to play McCowan. When we played AT and Breezy, they were going to play McCowan. It was really a simple strategy by both teams on what was going on.
Kurt, now that you all face an elimination game on the road, you guys have been in elimination game situations before. How does the mindset shift to try and kind of recover from a tougher game today to get back to what you guys did so well in say game one or the fourth quarter today?
Yeah, this is why you play series. This is why the coaches are excited about this type of format. As we know, winning and losing in this league is razor thin. You see the results around this league that teams can win and then lose and win, and that's how much parity there is in this league. As I stated going into this series, Dallas reminds me a lot of Chicago from last year. They're a 500 team that frankly has better than 500 talent, and one reason or the other, they got hot late in the year. One reason or another, they were only 500, but that is an elite, talented team that has top 4 talent in this league. So we knew this was going to be a very difficult series, and we're right to an elimination game, and not at all a surprise to people that really understand how much talent they have.
Kurt, I know you spoke last week about the things that you guys have had to overcome through the year that you thought would help you at this time. Now, having lost a chance to clinch here and having to get on a plane and go to Dallas, how do you expect your team will respond to that, particularly in the context of what they've been through already?
Yeah, I think they're frustrated in that locker room, and there's self-accountability, there's peer accountability right now that if we could go jump it up right now, that group would want to play. It won't be easy on the road in front of a hostile crowd. It's loud in Dallas.
In the playoffs, do you think it was just a bad shooting night for them, or what kind of adjustments did you make there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Courtney's an elite scorer. She missed some wide open shots early that could have got us going, and the whole game flipped if those first few minutes and Courtney was getting open threes. I believe that Tisha's one of the best shooters in the league, and if we get her open shots, she's going to make them. So we've got to step to the plate. It's no secret our guards through the years have heard the whispers that our guard efficiency has caused some playoff series losses. And I'll defend our guards all the time, but they hear those whispers. They're going to step up to the plate, and we'll give it our best shot on Wednesday.
Rafiq, go ahead.
This is Ralph. We can do about that sports talk. You guys had like a 32 fourth quarter. Like, how do you plan to use that fourth quarter going into game 3?
Yeah, I thought that was great momentum. I think, you know, we heard how the crowd could have been if we could have gotten our crowd into it earlier, because they are a loud fan base. But, you know, proud of that second unit. They were in the fourth quarter, they were almost all a plus 19 across the board. They played hard, they played downhill, they played fast, they played fearless. Obviously Dallas lost a little bit of focus with the big lead, but you know, proud of that second unit. We left with some momentum and feeling better about ourselves with that quarter. But you know, obviously we were majorly in a hole.
Appreciate the inside the look.
Any other questions for Coach? Thanks, Kurt.
Thank you.
Or the effort problem time.
I think it was an execution problem. I mean, in the first half, you know, we got wide open shots. So I don't think it was an offensive thing. I think it was us on defense. You know, defense has been our main catalyst the entirety of the season. So we have to get back to that. Just get stops and plan on transitioning tonight. I don't think there was ever a time when we could say that we got 3 stops in a row versus game 1. We had so many different times where we got 3 stops in a row. We were able to run, we were able to push the ball and transition and play our type of basketball.
For either or both of you, or maybe actually for you to answer this better, how did Tiara coming off the bench and being matched up with you? I think Kurt said every minute you were on the floor, she was on the floor. How did you think that impacted the game and changed things for you?
Yeah, and I think they were trying to give us a different look, you know, from the jump, you know, starting to see and then bringing the count off the bench. So I think that was their goal. For me, I think it was just, you know, trying to be in plays with her on defense and then offensively just attacking her right back. So I think we did a better job of that in the second half. I think moving forward, we just got to be better at, you know, helping in if we need to. And I think just rebounding, like getting stops and pushing on the rebound, keeping the money down.
You guys just kind of mentioned the rebounding, you know, for either of you. What about kind of, you know, their play was giving you guys so much trouble with, you know, allowing them to get offensive boards and just kind of being able to get, you know, 23 second chance points from them?
Yeah, I mean, they were just crashing really hard. They got us into rotations, you know, to that second level essentially. And, you know, once we started rotating, they had guards that weren't necessarily matched up to the person crashing the boards and getting in the paint and getting rebounds. And then, you know, McCown is so big to move that you gotta do your work early. And once you get to that position, what most you can do is just try to tip it out. So just gotta be a little bit more proactive and doing our work early. And understanding that you might not necessarily be bouncing the person out at your guard, but you have to put a body on somebody.
You know, when they're able to have a, you know, first quarter like that and you're behind like that early, I mean, how challenging and difficult was it to kind of get back into the rhythm of a game, you know, from that kind of, you know, regroup as a team?
I mean, it's tough when you put yourself in a hole, you know, in the first quarter. I think we said we better coming out from the jump. We know what we can do. I mean, we had some over shots, we missed some. But like the fight that we had at the end of the game, we need to bring that, you know, coming out of those situations. Like if somebody throws a punch, we got to throw it right back. And I think, you know, we're going for it and we're ready, you know, to go down there and take it.
Can you speak to this? What's the mood or the attitude of the team coming out of this game, having missed a chance to clinch here, now you have to get on the plane, go to Dallas? How do you kind of respond and kind of get yourself back up for that, for the letdown?
I mean, I don't think we have to get ourselves back up. I think we're so hungry. Like, we're ready to go. We know we didn't play our best basketball tonight, and we know if we see them again, we're going to be ready and we're going to execute all of our plays and, you know, finish some easy ones that we missed tonight. I think we're going to be on top of our defense assignments. I think coming back next game is going to be more locked in, more ready, more, you know, ready to take our like I said.
Yeah, just like Bree said, you know, it's the playoffs. 1 minute you're up, next minute you're down, but you have to weather that storm and be ready to play. And we know we're capable of. We're not, we're not in panic mode at all. But that's the beauty of winning game one. We have another opportunity to go out there and close it out. And we didn't handle business tonight, but like I said, we have another game, so we're ready to go.
Any other questions in the room? All right, Rafiq, go ahead.
This is Rafi with nothing but this person. This is the person for John Paul Jones. The team had a total of 7 points in the first quarter. What did the coach talk to you about as far as having a much better, not just better first quarter, but overall performance going to game 3?
Yeah, just like I said before, Rafiq, we had open shots. Just being able to hit those shots, stepping up confidently. But ultimately, it wasn't about our offense. Our defense is what really fuels our offense. And so when we're able to get stops and play the type of defense we know we're capable of, we'll be better offensively.
This is a question for Greasy. What are your thoughts on the team that lacked slowing down the ball with the Dallas Wings? And how you plan to improve that going into game 3?
I mean, like JJ said, it's our defense. I think we lock in and we get the stops that we've been getting all season. We'll be able to slow them down and push them right back at them.
Appreciate you, Zach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Thanks, everyone.